start out. My guest was telling me that I'm giving her living single vibes, Queen Latifah vibes, and that was like the best compliment that I've received in life. So, Queen Latifah, if you're watching this, I adore you, and I'm channeling your energy right now. But I jumped straight into it. So it's your girl Kyla Coleman, aka Natural Legalista. Welcome to my zone where we break down stories from the headlines with a twist, which is just typically humor and gossip. Today's topic is the juice on Jussie. What you think about that? I was trying to do something with his name because his name is weird.
I like it, actually.
The juice on Jussie.
I like. I'm gonna put myself on camera here for the first time.
Oh my God, Phil is about to do the big reveal.
Hi, everybody.
You guys finally get to meet Phil. What up?
I think that's a great name for the title. The juice on Jussie.
The juice on Jussie.
So
you gotta say it with your chest.
Yeah, Jussie.
Jussie. So y'all know I start with a self-care tip of the week, and my self-care tip is to get a good hairstylist, get a good makeup artist, get a good glam squad in general, and people who actually like you, because don't let nobody touch your body, your face, no nothing if they don't actually like you and uplift you and educate you. I know my skin was a little ashy today, and our guest is actually my makeup artist. She didn't tell me I was ashy, but I know she felt that in her spirit. So I want to welcome Bike to the show. Miss Natalie Lewis.
Hey, girl, hey.
Welcome on, Bike.
What's up?
So you are my makeup artist. I mean,
Period.
you do other people makeup, but I'm the main person that, in my mind, the only one you work with, but whatever. You're my friend, motivational speaker, author, mentor, and you just relaunched your series
I did.
on Facebook. So tell me a little bit about that.
As far as Powder Room goes, I've been doing it for 6 years now. Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
that's a long time.
Wow. Anyway.
6.
6. The Powder Room Live is a safe space for women to have transformational conversation. So I believe in, as a future mental health counselor, I believe that we should have spaces to have the conversation. Think about the powder room, right? The bathroom, right? You ever go out with your homegirls and something could be going down, like somebody make you mad, your homeboy got a wrong text, all kind of things going. You go in the powder room or the bathroom, y'all cry it out, y'all talk it out, y'all adjust your crowns, right?
Yeah.
Adjust your clothes, you fix each other, and you come out better than you went in.
Yeah.
I knew stuff went on in there.
Yeah.
It does.
I knew it.
It does.
Listen.
You got the secret.
The bathroom is a therapy lounge. It's a clothing rack. It's all things.
Like an intimate space.
That's why women go in pairs.
Yeah. We don't go to the bathroom alone.
Nah, I need you to fix me. That's why I made the powder room. So it is a virtual powder room where we can go in one way and come out another.
Hey, girl, I almost slapped this microphone. You better come on. But speaking of mental health and making sure that, we're good inside, how's your mental health? You good? You feeling straight?
I'm wonderful. I'm a little indifferent. Just started grad school. My God.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And you're in grad school for?
Licensed mental health counselor.
Ooh.
Clinical mental health.
So you really on this journey. You're not like one of those, social media people that just
Life
claim
coach
to
wanna be
but don't do the
somebody.
work. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't ever want, I'm not coming to you because I'm charismatic. I'm coming to you because I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of charismatic people who don't know what they're talking about.
Right. And you got a whole bunch of life experience to add to it. So I'm here for it. You're not one of those people that.
I'm ready to get in the trenches, not just in the surface.
Come on, trench.
Hey, trench.
Military.
I'm so military right now.
And I see that you tried to match me.
Well, I believe in complimenting you, not matching you.
Friend. Yes.
Okay.
We're complimenting each other.
Period.
So we got some juicy stuff we're going to talk about today, which you got a little
ready.
hint at the name.
Ready.
I feel like you got
Jussie.
some Jussie. I feel like you got some
Is he
good
from
stuff.
Carolina in the slave day
I
or
don't
something?
know.
I'm just,
First of all, what is a Jussie? Like, why did his parents do that?
why they did that to him?
It's either Jussie or nothing else. So when you say Jussie,
They probably couldn't say Jesse. So they just, grandma from
Jussie.
Jussie.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy.
So we're going to jump into it. We got a little bit of a video just to kind of get you up to speed on what's going on, because this case has been happening since about 2019 roughly, and we're going to talk about it.
Let's get into it.
Hold on, I gotta add the source back.
So I guess we're not going to talk about it.
No, it's fine.
Until then, look at my Queen Latifah vibes in the 90s kind of world.
Listen, I
Okay,
like your
wow, you
90s
just
vibe.
going, you know what, don't even worry about it.
He disrespectful. Don't worry
Right.
about it.
For those of you all
Jussie
that's
Smollett's
listening,
attorney
he cut
calls
me
it
off.
prosecutorial overkill. A grand jury has now upped the charges against the Empire star, slapping him with a disorderly conduct charge for each lie they
Slapping
say
him.
he told police.
Jussie, do you have anything to say to your...
A Cook County grand jury said Jussie Smollett lied 16 times about the alleged attack against him.
16.
In a detailed indictment, the grand jury says the star of Empire told 2 different stories to 2 different Chicago police officers.
When we look at the indictment, we can see that each of these different statements, each of these different counts is about a different statement that he made.
The grand jury says the first lie happened the night of the alleged attack when they say Smollett told the responding officer his attackers hit him in the face while calling him racial and homophobic slurs and splashing him with a chemical. The grand jury says Smollett then lied to a detective later that day, changing his story to say the 2 men attacked him from behind and that one of the attackers was white. Prosecutors say Smollett paid the Osundaro brothers to pull off the staged attack. Tonight, Smollett's attorney is firing back in a statement saying, in part, this redundant and vindictive indictment is nothing more than a desperate attempt to make headlines in order to distract from the internal investigation launched to investigate the outrageous leaking of false information by the Chicago Police Department.
So that's actually the video from 2019 when it happened. So like I told you, we're still, going on with this case. It's now 2021, and a lot has actually taken place since then. So for the guest, just some background information. He was an actor on the show Empire. And actually, Jussie has been acting his entire life for the most part.
His whole life. His family.
His family is an acting family.
An acting family.
His sister Journey is amazing.
I love her to death.
Yeah. What? Wait a minute. Put that picture back up on the screen.
Okay.
The character on the right, does he have on lipstick? Or is his lips just
His
glossy?
lips are just that.
Okay, because that took me for a loop for a second.
That paused you.
Right.
Stop the show.
Does he have on lipstick? But, oh man, and the one on the left is just so handsome. But
him and his wife are
yes,
beautiful people.
Yes. And so Jussie played Jamal. Did you watch Empire?
I did for the first 1.5 seasons.
Because that was on for like 16 seasons, I feel like. It was a long...
Listen, when he went to that church and was, I'm God.
What?
I didn't watch it anymore.
I didn't know he did that. I think I only watched
not
a couple.
Jussie. Jussie ain't do it.
Jussie, the daddy.
The dad.
Okay.
Yeah, it began to become too much. Like the writers were reaching.
Doing a little
The
extra.
most.
Yeah, and I don't play with God like that. So
I'm good, bro.
Yeah, so I watched it just for a couple of seasons, but Jamal's singing voice bothered me. It sounded like a goat almost, and I didn't feel that, so I was just like, let me just stop watching.
Yeah,
I don't like when people be doing that.
Like too much of
Their
the
vibrato.
Yeah.
Yes, even though, I be singing like that, but I don't sound like a goat.
Again, you're not trying to get a recording contract
And
or be on
not-
the show either.
And not.
You stay in your lane.
Exactly.
Be encouraged.
But bless Jamal's heart. So it like the newscast said, he was accused of, there was an attack, and now they're accusing him of staging that attack. It happened on January 29th, 2019 in Chicago. And like the report said that it was supposed to be homophobic and racist attack. They yelled out allegedly, this is MAGA, however you pronounce it, when they were attacking him. So some background information, he was on his way home from a sub shop around 2 a.m. And he claimed that people attacked him were wearing ski masks and tied a noose around his neck and also poured some sort of chemical on him, as well as yelling, this is MAGA country. So he called the police about 40 minutes after the attack happened, and he called his manager first before he called the police. So I have a question to you. Okay. If you were attacked, would you call anybody else before you called the police?
In today, now, yes. I'll call my husband.
Okay. Now explain. Now, so you said in today's climate, you would do that.
Now, yes. First of all, I would need to have somebody ASAP that is my advocate. Somebody that's for me. My husband, look, if you ever met my husband, you look crazy.
Oh.
You look big. And I already know he's not going to play that, period. So anytime I feel unsafe, if it's not a life and death situation, I'm going to call him first. If it's life and death, I'm calling the cops. And then I'm calling him immediately. Or I'm getting somebody to call simultaneously.
Right. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. Like for me, if I did have to call somebody else, I would call them and then maybe 3-way 911 on the phone with them.
Like that.
But if I felt like my life was in danger, my first call would be to 911 and then call in probably my mama right after because I'm a single woman. I don't got nobody, that I'm accountable to at this moment.
You need an advocate.
Yes, because in those scenarios, sometimes your adrenaline is rushing. You're not able to talk straight, and a police officer could misinterpret that.
Your mental health is out of whack.
Exactly,
So.
and they might think something's wrong with me because I'm not able to get a sentence out, calmly.
We need safety, and so our first plan of action is to find safety, and we find safety within the people we love.
So with your counseling, with you just saying we find safety within the people we love, is there a certain way that our bodies might react in a heightened situation like that?
Absolutely. You have fight or flight. And you've heard of that before, right? So many people react differently. My son, I'm teaching him how to react, period. My son is a silent, scary person. So when he gets scared, he clams and shuts down.
So because it's fight, flight, or freeze.
Or freeze.
Yeah.
Right. And so he freezes. He doesn't scream. If he gets on a roller coaster ride, he just sits there.
Oh, wow.
If something happens, he gets scared, he just stops. And it's very eerie, right? My son's a very loud little boy, if you know him. So I'm teaching him how to respond. Like, he may even run, but he don't say nothing to nobody else, then we all shut up.
Oh, my God. But then, we got that rule. Like, when we see somebody run, we just going to take off.
Why are we running? Right.
Find out later.
Don't matter.
Right.
But definitely we all respond to fear in different ways. I think that the best way to respond to fear is thinking.
Which is hard to do in those scenarios.
It's extremely difficult, but you have to have so much self-control and so much understanding of who you are and why you respond the way you do. That just takes self-work, right?
True.
Get a therapist. I promise you, they work. But learning how you are and what you're afraid of and how you can respond, listen, it helps you in so many various situations that are not just life critical, but like friends that mess you over or making up a lie.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So with that, so you think Jussie might be lying like the rest of the country does think?
I mean, come on, all right?
I'm just going to say what I'm going to say.
Say what you need. This is a safe space.
I think there's so many celebrities that are willing to do whatever they can to stay relevant.
You're right.
In a social media world.
Because we do see that, like when artists are about to release a new song,
they
new
do
album.
Something stupid. They create controversy.
I mean, look at Lil Nas X. He had a baby to release a new album.
His controversy don't be hurting nobody, though.
No.
Jussie be
it get on my nerves. But
it's aggy. It can be aggravating. Yeah.
The most. Whatever. But this generation, this generation hates to hear that, this generation. But they are a bit different.
A little bit. And I feel like with Jussie, he already has controversy based on the class or the box that he's placed in. One, he's openly gay,
right,
and he's black.
Right.
Why do you need to create anything else?
It was unnecessary to me. Your show was, at the time, doing well. Empire was on top at that point. So why did you have to create this narrative? Did you feel like maybe there was something happening behind the scenes on the show that he was getting weaned off?
That's exactly what it was. And prosecutors are saying okay, he was getting ready to be written off of the show. He had allegedly had a death threat a couple of days before this alleged attack happened, but he felt like the station didn't give him enough attention when he got that death threat, so he had to step it up a notch.
Well, it was just unnecessary, and he probably didn't have plans for it to happen the way it did, as far as the blow up of it all. But that's the problem with being impulsive and emotional at the same time.
I didn't think about that. So he's thinking it's going to be a little white lie that might get him a little
just
emotional.
A little bit of, people can feel so because they were. The LGBT community, I'm just going to say it out loud, can be really scary.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
They definitely rally behind their
You
people.
literally cannot even blow wrong at one of them, and they all going to try to murder you.
But it is what it is because they don't want nobody coming for their people. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
But then when you do something like this and potentially lie, and now you're a representation of your entire community,
right?
That's a major
a whole
blow.
other situation.
Yeah.
So I just think it was unnecessary. I feel bad for him and his mental health.
Y'all think he's seeing a counselor?
Sure.
Maybe a yes man or something.
Do you think people like that are addicted to fame? That's why they do stuff like that?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. They don't, that's what they're defined by. But.
And he's been in this his whole life. He does not know anything different. They've been acting since they were kids.
That's all they know.
Yeah.
Is the spotlight. But let's not overblow the situation and just blame it on him. We got girls who are trying to get attention from their mom and daddy and out there sleeping with little boys. Come on now. Just to get the same fame from mom and dad. So this is mental health across the board, right?
Like your constant need for affirmation and attention.
Right.
So where do we change?
We
change.
change.
I mean, do you think that's me put myself on camera because I'm talking here.
Welcome back. Come on, screen. Hey.
Do you think that it depends on the person? Because not every celebrity is like that. Some like to be like the privacy.
Low key, yeah.
They want to be low key.
Yeah. So do you think that there's something that celebrities can do to maybe, I guess, not get addicted to the
Here's the
fame?
problem: when you got people around you who are just as addicted to your fame.
Because they eat off of you.
They eat off of you.
Leeches.
They're leeches. So you get the pressure. See, a lot of those low key people. Think about Denzel and his wife.
Ooh, Denzel.
The quintessential famous couple who you know nothing about really.
Yeah, they show
They
you what they
solid.
want to show you.
Period.
Yeah.
They're solid. Samuel L. Jackson, his wife.
Oh yeah.
Solid. Been married for eons. You understand me? Them people have been raised up in understanding of solid ground, stable minds. Right. This newer generation, they want to get these people in their life after the fame comes, and usually they're not good for you.
Yeah. So back to what you guys were saying about the attention and the fame in general.
Sure.
His defense is that this is real. This attack really did happen, and that he's not the type that seeks attention outside of the cameras, and that his PR agent is going to testify about him not liking to be on camera outside of a show, not liking any attention on him.
Really?
Yeah.
So why would you?
That's why he's saying I didn't set up this attack. I don't even like fame.
I don't like fire. I just set that building on fire.
But don't they have evidence of the people he paid and the camera? Don't they have all that?
They have
So
all the
let's talk
things.
about that. So the two Nigerian brothers that were on the news clip there, they basically flipped on them, and they were like, "Look, he paid us to do this." And what's even more sad is that they had been extras on the show before.
Wow.
So they thought, okay, if I help him out, like I'm
get a
going
bigger
to
scene.
Yeah. So they're doing this thinking, okay, this is just going to be able to get me in a little bit more. And they even talked about the fact that they altered some of the plans that he had in order to continue to protect him. So originally, Jussie allegedly told them he wanted them to pour gasoline on him. That was the chemical. The brothers decided two things. One, we're not going to use gasoline because they're going to see us on some kind of camera footage filling up a tank full of gasoline. And then two, apparently bleach would be a little less harsh on your skin than gasoline would be. So they switched to bleach because they're like, we don't want to mess you up.
Right.
And they made sure to only strategically pour it on his clothes and not his skin.
Wow.
So I have no clue how this case is going to work out if the guys that did the attack are saying, dude, you paid us to do this. Like,
Here's our Cash App receipt.
Right. Ooh, do y'all think Jussie did do Cash App? Because that is the ghetto. That is the ghetto.
That's a cash
transaction. Yeah.
But here's the truth. I mean, if we go there, he's not the first nor the last celebrity who has paid, for attention.
So why?
Kardashians.
Oh, come on. And you were here on the show talking about when we talked
Period.
about
That's why
the
I brought it
Kardashians.
up.
Girl.
Kim has called paparazzi
Ooh, let me
before
know.
she shows up at places.
And I know that that's true because me and my mom, when we went to LA a couple of months ago, we went on the TMZ tour and they gave us juicy secrets. They were like, yeah, so y'all think we just pop up at places just because? They were like, nah, they
PR
call
call.
us. Yeah, and then they said the other thing that makes us know when they want us to take pictures if we're just out and about is a celebrity will stare at you until they make eye contact with you, the photographer, until they make eye contact with you, and that is the signal to start taking pictures. They won't move until you see them.
This is a game. The industry is a big old game. Now, there are people who don't want it. They want to live a normal life. That's hard for them. But trust me, that publicity is getting them attention and keeping them relevant.
That part.
That's so crazy. So, like, they indicted him for lying.
Right.
So that was the first time.
Okay, but
16 times.
Is it really something he needs to have a grand jury of trial? Like, is it
Yeah.
really serious? Like, what?
So I don't know how it works out in Chicago, but how it works in Florida is you can have two ways to get charges. One, a state attorney can just say, I'm finna charge you with this. Or if the state attorney doesn't want to do that, they'll put it in the hands of a grand jury. So these are people that come in, they look at all of the evidence that you have and see whether or not it's enough to charge a person. So in this case, I guess maybe the prosecutor didn't necessarily want to go after him on his own. So they were like, let me go get a jury, a grand jury of your peers to look at this stuff and then issue the indictment. So he was indicted a few times. That 16 count one, that was from 2019. All of those charges got dismissed. In 2020, they brought in a special prosecutor. At the end of 2019, they brought in a special prosecutor who got an indictment again for six counts instead of 16.
Okay.
And those were for false claims that he was the victim of a hate crime and knowing that he was not a victim. And he seems to be going along with it because in February 2020 is when the next indictment came.
So, but I mean, like, on the scope of things, is it really that serious?
I feel like it's a waste of resources, but
Yes.
the police department is mad at this point
Right.
because they're like, y'all tried to make it
Because
seem
he
like,
used them.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And they like, man, F this. So they done sued him. He's suing them. It's a whole crap show in
messy.
Chicago right now.
My thing is this, though. I think that his sentencing has already come about by him ruining his career.
His career is definitely ruined.
It's dead.
Yeah. But you know what? I was thinking, it's a few people on that show that have had legal issues. We've
Is
talked
it?
about Terrence Howard before because remember the domestic violence, all of that kind of
Okay.
stuff. Then the guy who I thought was wearing lipstick, but he wasn't. I believe he got accused of domestic violence
I
against
heard
his
about that. That's right.
And then you have Jussie, who got, accused of all of this. So I feel like that show, Taraji better watch out.
A little hex on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now,
do you-
Taraji keep her nose clean.
She does, thank God. Her relationship did end, though. I was rooting for her, but, other than that, she ain't in no trouble.
Oh, wait. Her and her boo not together no more?
Girl.
What happened to the football player?
I think they just weren't compatible after a while. I don't know. We're going to have to do a show about that one.
Please do.
No, I was saying, like, do you think people that reach a certain level of celebrity are kind of immune to stuff like that? Well, they probably wouldn't need to do stuff like Jussie
They don't need to.
did.
Right.
I think Jussie got to remember that he's black.
Period.
So you do something wrong, they going to come after you. You're not going to have the celebrity privilege. You got a couple of layers that you got to get through before you are a celebrity to the public eye. But I feel like if he's really guilty of lying, he needs to be in some trouble for
I'm
it.
going to say this out loud. And this is something I tell my son all the time. There's a cartoon called Meet the Robinsons.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever saw that before?
Is that the one with
It's
the
a
dog?
futuristic cartoon with a guy goes to the future. Have you seen that one
I
before?
don't think I have.
It's all futuristic. Anyway, well, in the cartoon, there's a T-Rex. And one of the things they always say to the boy, this plan wasn't thought out too well because he's an inventor. He ends up being the best inventor of the world later in life. But the T-Rex, he calls the T-Rex to go do something for him in a crime. And the T-Rex arms are short. And he can't reach nothing.
Oh, my God.
He said this plan wasn't thought out too well. So I tell my son that all the time. I always tell him, you have to think before you do anything. I just think, Jussie. I just love the way you say that.
I've been practicing.
One more time.
Jussie.
Period. Can that be like a drop on her show?
Right.
Like a little soundbite? Anyway. But I just think he didn't plan it out too well. Could it have been executed properly? Maybe. Maybe you should have hired 2 white boys.
Because he did say originally he
They were
thought they
white.
were white.
Maybe
but
they should have had on
Nigerian.
magma hats. White boys.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have not been from America. I feel so like criminal right now.
I know. I'm
stop.
scared sitting next to you. What
She's
you done
plotting
thought
something.
out?
So I'm writing my second book right now, and it's actually a novel.
Ooh.
So am I spilling tea?
Yeah. Spill it, girl.
So my imagination is starting to become more vivid. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that.
Is he facing jail time though? Like, what kind
He
of
shouldn't.
sentences?
He
If
shouldn't.
he gets, so let's just
Yeah,
say
these
he
are
gets-
criminal charges.
Okay, but
he
what
should.
kind of actual
I don't
jail
know
time?
what
Is he going to prison for lying?
I don't know what the weight carries
what is
because if
that?
we're talking about disorderly conduct, that was one of the things that he was charged with. And here in Florida, that's a 2nd-degree misdemeanor. That means the max you can get here is 60 days in jail. People don't go to jail for 2nd-degree misdemeanors here
They
at all.
should make him pay a fine.
And that's it. But
And keep
but
it
I don't
moving.
know what it holds in Chicago because it's
Different.
a bigger city. They got different laws out there.
I think the police just embarrassed and they're mad. They're gonna run for him.
Yeah. And they've sued him, so I know he's gonna have to come out a lot of
Well, he ain't got no more
money.
money at this point.
that part. But here's Jussie's defense. So he claims that the attack is real, that the brothers were trying to force him into hiring them as bodyguards. So they staged the attack to make him fear for his safety. So he's saying they did this in order to pressure him.
And he didn't
into
know about it, basically.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
So what's happening? This whole thing is just getting a.
So why did he say he thought they were white and they had MAGA hats and said racial slurs?
I guess
to him?
because that's going to his
climate.
defense.
Right.
The
Climate.
climate one, and then that's going to his defense that he didn't know who these guys were. Because if he's saying they were white and then they turn out to be not only black but Nigerian
black.
yeah, black,
black.
yeah, from the motherland, then that goes to his defense.
So what do you think is going to happen, Kyla, as a lawyer?
I honestly feel like he is going to be found guilty, especially if these guys have receipts on him and have, credible evidence that there's no reason for them to lie. If anything, Jussie has more weight here.
Period.
Yeah. So
I feel bad for them because their careers are ruined too.
yeah,
That's the rap.
Did they get arrested?
they did originally, but then they were, I think, just held for a couple of days, and then the police let them go, and then that's when they started pointing the
They
finger
start-
towards Jussie.
listen.
Yeah.
Squealing.
So, another thing that goes towards Jussie's defense is that one of the brothers had previously had a conviction for aggravated battery, and they found guns and a small amount of drugs in the brother's home. Also, one brother had used homophobic slurs in the past, but then they tried to refute that evidence by saying he went to the gay pride parade. I don't.
What?
Wait, what?
They have to do the price.
That's
of
like
gas
you
in China.
saying, my best friend's black, so I can't be racist. Like, nah, you
I
can.
can say the N-word. 'Cause
Right.
My best friend's black.
Come on.
You can't.
So yeah, so this case,
So
as
Jussie
of,
might have known all that stuff about them. You think?
and picked them
And
strategically.
picked them strategic. Now he might have thought a little bit out.
Just
Not all
a
of it.
smidge, yeah.
But a little
And
bit.
then he's using people that had already been extras in the show, so he probably thought they were.
I just think the thirst for
Yeah.
relevancy is just it's
Thirst of
it's,
it all.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking a little bit.
To me, it kind of feels like a train that just won't stop. Like he thought it was gonna stop at a certain destination, and now it's picked up steam. Maybe more so snowball
It's
effect.
that snowball, yeah.
Snowball.
Yeah,
Jeff, can you pull up a picture of him again? I want you to look at him.
Jussie. Oh, look at his curls are like really beautiful. I like his
No,
hair.
but there was another picture that he was walking behind this lawyer.
Oh,
Look how gray he is now. His hair is thinning.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
See, as a makeup artist, I'm always looking at the aesthetics of
yeah,
people.
he's aged some.
You can look at his look at the bags under his eyes. That is
Oh
wear.
wow.
That's wear and tear of emotional trauma.
So could that be an indicator that he may be telling the truth?
That could be an indicator that he got caught and now he don't know what to do.
Wow. So if he came out today and was like, "Y'all, I was lying,"
My bad.
what would we do as a society? Like, could we?
He would be a meme
Definitely.
for about a month until the next thing happened, and people would move on with their life.
So he could go away for a couple of years and then realistically
He can go work
bounce
at he
back.
can go work at Target
Dude, America loves that for people, though. America loves to tear you down and then
walk away.
you come come back. You can come back. So I mean, just as long
You would
as
have to use it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as you admit it, then you have to literally be gone for a
It's
little bit. But
unfortunate.
The only one I haven't seen that work for is Michael Vick. They just continue to hate this man.
that's because
Well, they hate anybody. They love animals more than they love people. We're gonna
That
move right
part.
along.
No, they more than they love black people.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say that.
Yep.
They
But I was
love
thinking
animals
it.
more than they love black people. We got to say that. So Michael Vick's from my hometown. I went to the same high
Oh,
school. he went to.
really?
Yeah. So I went to high school with his brother Marcus. But like, yeah, he's still a god over there.
Yeah.
Naturally
but-
so.
But just America.
And he, if we're talking about him, he went to jail.
Yeah, he
did
served his time.
but
He did.
I think that the animal people will never forgive him,
Ever.
even though he's done everything he can. But I think that you can recover from certain scandals.
Yeah. You
Just
can.
Just a matter of how you
Publicly though,
I think so. I mean, I think there are some redemption stories, but I mean, I think it mainly happens for white actors though.
say it again for the people in the back.
I think it mainly happens for white actors though.
Okay.
Yeah. Or people who are up high, because I'm thinking about the Cuomo brothers here. How Chris
me bring
Cuomo
that
just
up.
got fired the other day.
That breaks my heart a little bit.
It does, but I feel like he's
I
gonna be
like
all right.
Chris.
He's gonna be all right because he's gonna make his own thing.
And
As he
people are
should.
gonna watch.
As he
yeah.
should. I like Chris. I mean, I'm disappointed in his brother.
Yeah, his brother definitely broke me down, but Chris has been like
They broke me down.
household name for a
Right.
while.
It's unfortunate. You know who's a bounce back story? I'm thinking Iron Man.
Yeah,
The
Robert
guy
Downey
who
Jr.
played Robert Downey Jr. He was a hot, horrific, horrendous mess.
Phil did just say he was white. I didn't know he was a hot mess.
He was on drug, getting arrested,
Yeah,
all the things.
Really?
Yes.
Before he entered that Iron Man role, Iron Man changed his
It cleaned him
whole
up.
landscape.
I did not know that.
It was actually Halle Berry that changed his landscape with the movie Gothica in 2003, but just saying.
Oh my
Touche.
god! I thought you was gonna say he dated Holly. I'm like, oh my god,
No,
But Iron Man put him back on the right map.
Yeah.
that's a good thing,
He
bro.
was bad off.
That's good. I'm proud
You
of
can,
him.
you gotta get yourself around the right people who are gonna consistently help you do the right thing.
That's real. That's real. So Jussie, his case, actually, the trial began November 29th, and it is still in progress as of the shooting of this podcast. His jury consists of 8 men and 7 women. So it's a total of 15, but only 12 are going to make
Sure.
it. So there are 3 alternates. It's 1 black juror.
Of
So
course,
I don't know
always.
if that,
Always.
I don't know if that helps or hurts Jussie.
Can I ask a question? Why is there always only one black dude?
I don't know. I think it really depends on where you have your case. Because I know here in Orlando, I've had some pretty mixed juries
Oh, yeah, okay.
where it's been a good mix of people of color, and usually white people have been the majority, but it's still good to see some color in there. But I don't know how this will work for Jussie if there's a black juror there. I honestly don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for him.
Don't know. Interesting.
Very, very interesting. So have you ever done makeup for a celebrity?
I have.
And can you say, or can
Sure,
you say what industry?
I've done for Sherry Shepherd.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And Sherry Shepherd just took over Wendy Williams. Oh, how is she in person? Is she cool?
She is interesting.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
I think she's very guarded.
As it should be, because she's had a lot of stuff happen.
She did. And in the time, I didn't really know much about her. I did her
Mhm.
makeup, and she began to tell me her life story as if I was coming there to learn more about. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like
but
she was
you're also a
protecting herself.
counselor. Oh, it's kind of like she was making a defense for herself.
Right. Just say, if I say it all, because at the time she was going through with her husband.
Yeah.
Remember that whole
guy.
situation?
Yeah.
Her ex-husband. Let me say that out loud. He's a hot mess. Anyway, but I think she just felt like, let me just say all this stuff, and I didn't care.
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
were
I
there to
came
do a
here
job.
right, do a job and enjoy myself with you. So it got kind of awkward. I did for her. I've done it for Tori Bowie, who was the fastest woman in the world. Have you ever seen the ESPN body issue?
I don't think so,
If you
but I
look
don't.
that up.
Yeah, they're all naked.
Yeah, they're all naked. I did her entire makeup from her head to her toes,
Oh, because she needed to have
the whole body.
Oh wow,
It's beautiful.
I believe it.
It's
She was on
art.
the cover at ESPN.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so I did a body issue. I've done some smaller celebrities too.
Okay.
So yeah.
So if you were in a situation like this, or let's just say in general, if somebody asked you to corroborate a lie for them,
Oh God.
not necessarily on Jussie's level,
Mhm.
but would you do something like that if it was a celebrity friend?
No.
Just couldn't do it.
Period.
Mm.
I have a bad conscience anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to lie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do good at lying.
Because
you
you
gotta
think
keep up
things
with that
through
lie.
before. Yeah.
It's too much energy into lying.
Mhm.
I don't have it. I'm tired. Anyway, yes, no. And I just don't feel like if I present myself, and we're not exempt from anything, but I hope that I would present the type of person that you wouldn't want to ask that kind of question to.
That's real. Like you're not the first name that comes on somebody's list when they're thinking of a crime.
And they're going to laugh at me. Now, if my best friends needed a crunch, would I might help them out a little bit? Maybe.
Because it's a little more in line with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nah, not just somebody who give me a paycheck. I can get another paycheck.
That part. Listen though, so I've been wondering, should celebrities be more choosy about what roles they pick? Because I feel like sometimes they fall into the character of their character. And the one person I thought about was it Heath Ledger? Is that how you? It was the guy that played the Joker. I think, didn't they say he kind of got too deep in that character, and that's what ultimately drove him to
Right, method acting. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Because like Denzel, for example, we brought him up earlier. He literally goes and lives in the character for 3 months before he acts the character. Did you know that?
Wow, no, I didn't
So
know.
training day, he bought an apartment in the hood,
What?
in a random hood, and he lived there.
Wow.
He literally embodies the character.
I wonder if he can give tips on how to get people out of that.
He
'Cause
should.
people get stuck.
I'm sure he probably do with like other actors, but some people are, again. It's always coming back to mental health, right? It's always coming back to having solid therapists, solid people in your life on speed dial.
Yeah,
My therapist is on speed dial. I can call her, text her anytime.
same.
She's the best.
I love my lady.
Love her. But to help me navigate sometimes through stuff, through crises, right? But yeah, man, these people sometimes they get so wrapped up in the pressure of living a certain way. You're a lawyer.
Yeah, yeah.
There are people who have probably expectations on you that are just so unrealistic.
They really are.
It's not your life.
I'm the fixer. Some stuff I can't fix.
Some people think you're a millionaire probably.
Probably
Just you automatically a lawyer.
one day, not today, but one of them days.
But it's sad. It's sad.
It is. Another actor I was thinking about who's kind of fallen into that recently and has been talking about his mental health is Lakeith Stanfield. Do you guys know? Yeah, the one
I've
who
heard
was
of him.
in Get Out, and he's been in a whole bunch of other movies too. But sometimes he'll snap on people. Like I know he had snapped on Charlamagne the God from the Breakfast Club, but then he had to issue an apology. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like I'm not
Had a
going
minute.
through.
Right.
Yeah. So I respect him for always coming back and being like, yo, I just got out of a role. I kind of need some time to decompress a little bit.
But what's wrong with people being honest and transparent? See, we always want to present the perfect person or people who are in the spotlight have to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They got issues too.
Yeah.
Jussie.
I think nowadays though that is better for actors because they're more relatable.
Yeah.
For people, and I think before maybe the old school mentality is that say, oh, you're a celebrity, you have to be a certain level, you have to be a certain style, you have to present yourself a certain way, and I don't think that works with social media nowadays because everybody knows that we're human, and I think they feel like that they see the celebrity life as all just BS sometimes.
Yeah, we see it.
Can I offer an opinion here? I think we have way too much access to celebrities.
You would rather them be more private now?
Like back in the day, you didn't know nothing about no celebrity.
No.
Except for what came on the news, if it's something did.
That's true.
But like behind the scenes of every movie they film now and they personal lives and they have to stay relevant and keep stuff on the social. No, like.
See, I like it because I feel like if I can relate to you, and I think more so entertainers and not like actors and actresses. Like, I would like to know more about Beyonce and how she got over the situation when Jay-Z cheated. Like, I think she has a lot of wisdom to offer. But y'all, this is the most random thing. I watch YouTube videos all the time.
Do you?
Yes. And I saw that Kevin Hart has a series where he interviews entertainers. And I just saw The Undertaker. Y'all remember him from WWF, WWE?
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, dude, I like you.
No,
I
he's
was
a solid
scared.
dude.
I was scared to death of him.
Right.
My entire life until I saw that. I was like, oh my God, he smiles. He's
he
a
took
dad.
He took his career serious.
He did.
He didn't do interviews. He didn't do movies.
Nothing.
He didn't do any of that stuff
was
to
private.
preserve. But he wanted to preserve
the
character.
image. And that's what he said in the interview. He was like, yeah, if I went to the airport, I had on the full garb. I was not speaking to people. He was like, I wanted y'all to really believe it. And I was like, well, he did a good
Wrestling
job.
is nothing but acting. The whole thing is acting.
Exactly. Right. But then when I heard him talking and laughing and talking about his 9-year-old daughter, I'm like, oh,
you're
my
regular.
God. Like, I literally thought if I encountered this man in my little 10-year-old mind, he was going to kill me.
Oh, God.
Now, where would he find little Kyla in Tallahassee, Florida? I don't know, but I really thought. So
he's a big old dude, too.
He is. He is. So I'm like, I kind of like seeing that side of actors.
I think it should be edited just a little bit, though. You know what I mean?
So you think that some actors are a little overexposed?
Who you thinking? Because I feel like you got a certain person in mind. You just ain't speaking on it.
No, spill the tea.
Who do you think is sharing too much info?
Some people that just got too much in their life.
I think everybody follows the Kardashian method though because they were so successful at it. So they kind of they kind of try and mimic that,
So I don't not like anybody.
But who do you think is oversharing?
But some people just get on my nerves a little bit.
Well, we know Lil Nas X doing a little too much for you. He's doing the most for you. Who else?
It's not even him. It's his people, his publicists, and people in the background telling him what to do.
Okay, because
them get on my nerves. Them. Okay. Sometimes Kevin Hart can be doing the most.
Kevin Hart does do the most
on his Instagram. I'm on his social media. He does the most.
He does. I like when he's interviewing people, but I do know a lot about his life, and I'm low key scared because he has that Netflix crime drama that I think might actually be him. If y'all have not seen it yet, it's called True Story.
Yeah. Me and John are gonna start that tonight.
It's so good.
Have you seen the new Halle Berry movie, Bruised?
I have.
Liked it.
I'm tired of her playing a bad parent, and I low key feel like she needs to release a statement that she's a good mom at this point because I'm
people
scared.
calling the people on her.
Yes.
Anyway, move right along. I think Tiffany Haddish does too much.
She does
on social
media.
She does like too much.
And I'm mad she broke. Well, her and Common broke up. I don't know who broke up with who.
Stop! It's too much breaking up.
Can I ask you all a question though?
What's up?
Do you think us as black people are too hard on those black actors because they feel like they have to work
extra
harder to get a little bit? Now, people like Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish, they've been doing this before, so they've been doing this for literally ever. You know what I'm saying? And so you have some, comedians that aren't like them. They don't have to do as much. They don't have to overexpose themselves because they're going to get the roles anyway.
That's
real.
real.
I follow Viola Davis.
I don't follow Viola.
But look what Viola Davis said. Someone called her the black Meryl Streep, and she said, "Well, you need to pay me like Meryl Streep."
Period. But her social media is not her personal life, it's good content.
What is on there?
She reposts people and she talks random stuff and like I'm talking about like regular people, and she has like little positive quotes and things, and she every now and then does her advertisements, but I still feel like I can get a piece of her and the things that she loves.
Yeah.
But I ain't in her house.
Yeah. That's real.
Do you think The Rock overexposes himself?
I want him to expose everything.
Everything. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God. We can edit that out. No, we can't.
Take it out.
Take it out. I love The Rock.
He is something pleasurable.
And I watch this show, too.
But here's the thing. His social media is not at his house. Every now and then he'll do a teacup party with his daughters.
Yeah.
But even in that, it's strategic.
Yeah. Okay.
It's about he usually is in his iron paradise.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy.
Bless his body.
And his mom and daddy.
Mm-hmm. They did a good job.
They was a good night.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
I need to go follow Viola Davis. I'm gonna be
Please do
honest.
today.
I didn't like her first name. Viola.
Listen, both of my grandmas named Mildred. Both of them.
But they come from that era. Viola.
But how you look at your child as a little itty bitty 7-pound, 24 ounce
I know where you're going with it.
and say, Mildred,
Right.
Viola, Eugene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway,
Gilbert.
And I see. Yeah.
he ain't right.
I can't call no baby Gilbert. We're gonna have to give him
Where'd
a
you
nickname.
get your name from?
It's a mix of my mom's name and my grandma's name. So my mom's name is Carmen. My grandma's name is Isla.
Are you
Kyla.
serious?
Mm-hmm. And my great grandma's name is Wilhelmina. So my middle name's Amina. I'm glad they cut that Willa off.
Wilhelmina's actually kind of cute.
Now it's coming back in style, but imagine back in
It's
91, your middle name is Wilhelmina. You would get beat up. Yeah. So I'm named after all the women in my family because my mom knew she was done. She was not having any more kids, no more. Yeah. So
my dad said, I want a Natalie. I was supposed to be Sabrina.
oh, okay.
Can you imagine me being Sabrina?
I can't. You and Natalie to me.
My mama wanted to name me Sabrina. My daddy went and signed a birth certificate. And she
Okay.
said, where's Sabrina? He said, I don't have a Sabrina. I have a Natalie.
I like your mama.
No, my daddy did that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like your daddy for that. Yeah.
My mom was mad for a while.
Dang, bro. Anywho, so we're going to jump to this next moment. Speaking of being mad, the big subpoena moment.
Doom, doom, doom.
Did you do sound effects for it too?
I liked it.
Yes. So, girl, let me tell you the blackest thing that I did that I'm so upset about.
Tell me about it.
So, I like oxtails. I love a good oxtail, but it has to be the Jamaican oxtails.
Like real Jamaican.
Yeah. I don't like soul food oxtails. They don't taste the same. Jamaican ones be putting a little different,
Twang on it.
Yeah, twang. That's a good word. Eating oxtails, having a good time, bit down too hard on one of them and broke one of my teeth.
Wait, what?
Broke a tooth. That's the blackest way to break a tooth.
Were you
bro.
watching TV? What were you doing while
I
you
actually
eating?
was. I was watching Netflix.
So you were multitasking while eating.
I was.
Fun fact, don't eat and do anything else.
What?
Yeah, true. You
I
tend to
never
eat faster.
And that's
You
how the
don't
oxtail
digest.
got me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bone. And I felt like when I bit down, I was like, yo.
Ouch.
So you know how your tongue will like find places in your mouth like that are something missing.
ain't right.
Yeah. So I called my dentist immediately. Like it happened on a Sunday night. The next day was Monday. I was like, y'all need to get me in here. And she did.
Now.
Yes. So shout out to Simmons Dental. She's amazing. My dentist I believe she's an AKA. She's a black woman.
Get her to sponsor your show.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to be like, Dr. Simmons, come on. So I got in there the very next day and she was like, I don't know if your tooth is insured. I was like, this one tooth. So what I'm mad about is the insurance companies because I had just gotten gotten a cavity filled because it's one of my back teeth, luckily.
My Lord.
And it was broken on the inside, so you can't see it on the out. That's a good thing. But I had just had a cavity filled like last year sometime, and they were like, yeah, your tooth is only insured until 2022, but you can't re-break. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if anything happens to that tooth before 2022, they're not paying to fix it.
So they only insure like 1, 4, and 17 in your mouth?
Because it had work done on it. They were like, we're not doing nothing else to that tooth that we're paying for before 2022.
That's ridiculous. Insurance companies are.
Yeah, and I got good insurance.
Apparently not.
No, I really do. Because I had to have a lot of work done last year. I grind my teeth in my sleep. I got a whole mouth
you're one
guard.
of those people.
Yes. And my friend calls me a defensive linebacker in my sleep because I have to have the mouth guard. And I'm like, first of all, that's disrespectful.
Mind your business, please.
Yes. And guys that I've dated, they're like, make sure you put your mouth guard in before you. And I'm like, no, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So
how
are you feeling now?
I feel great. She got me in. She was like, I don't care how much it costs. We can make sure that you get out of here today with your teeth.
So what they had to do to fix it?
I don't know what she did. I think she filled it with something else. I don't know. I just know I came in there and she was like, bloop, doop, and then I got up out of there.
And you feel great.
I feel
And
amazing.
The spot feels filled in.
It feels natural. Everything's good.
You know
I'm able to
what's
speak
sad?
well.
Not everybody has experienced a dentist at all, period.
That's true.
Isn't that sad?
It is, because your oral health has a lot to do like with the rest of your body. I mean, you're right here by your brain. Your mouth is right here. So if you have an infection going on in here,
Halitosis.
yeah, you can get
a brain infection.
Yeah.
You can die.
You could die
from mouth issues.
Yeah, you can, and people don't realize that. So,
well, I'm glad you got it fixed, though.
Me too. But I'm mad at my insurance company.
I have a dental appointment next week. Me and my son.
Good luck.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
My son needs braces.
Okay, you should go to Simmons.
Well, we're in Cocoa.
Oh yeah,
so that's kind of far away.
A little
bit to drive. I got to spend $5,000 on braces.
God, I'm about to cuss.
Listen, his teeth just grew that way. His front teeth grew this way.
Well, tell him not to eat oxtails.
He don't.
Okay, because they will
Will
sneak
you
up on
eat
you.
oxtails again?
And will.
Don't care.
No, man, because
Can
listen,
you eat
they
them
good.
bougie like with a fork?
I'm
and
gonna
a
have to
knife?
do that. Now I will do that.
Take the meat off.
So if y'all hanging around me and y'all see me eating oxtails with a fork, just know it's because I cracked my tooth and I'm not about to pay. I think I
Or
paid.
just mind your business. How about that?
Mind your business too. I can't remember. I think I paid a couple $100 to get it fixed.
I'm sorry, friend. I have recently bit my tongue. I feel like I bit it off. Have you ever bit your tongue that hard?
Not that I felt like I bit it off.
My dad bit part of his tongue off before.
Was he eating oxtails?
No, he got in a work accident.
Oh.
And hit his head. And it was,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you serious? So what
Yeah.
happened to him?
I mean, they reattached it.
Oh.
Does it look the same? Did it look the same?
I mean, yeah, it looked the same. The stitches like kind of disintegrated and stuff.
Oh, okay. So they were the ones that dissolved.
Well, your tongue heals extremely fast.
Really?
Like stupid fast. So I bit a chunk.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
You
bit.
can't see it anymore. It's gone.
The tongue grew back?
It just
Yeah,
it
just
fuses back together.
fused
Like
back. Yeah,
because your mouth is closed. It
it's always
heals
wet and all that stuff. Yeah.
stupid fast. Your mouth is the fastest healing part of
I
your body.
didn't know that.
Fun fact.
That's kind of cool.
Look at me knowing random
Come
stuff.
on, dentist.
I know that because my son watches YouTube and learns random stuff all the time.
YouTube,
That part.
Listen, university. But
Hey.
yeah, I almost. You talking about wanting to repent? Go to home to Jesus. Bite your tongue or your
bro.
gum.
Ugh, or break your tooth eating oxtails. Well, Natalie, how can the people find you?
Easy peasy. You can find me on the Instagrams of it all at the Natalie Lewis Experience.
Yes.
People pay you for your talent, but they come back for their experience.
Ooh. Come on, tagline.
Period.
Yes.
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as Natalie Lewis. You can find me there. I'm not on Twitter yet
Okay.
because it's too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just started a TikTok.
Yes. Is it the Natalie Lewis Experience
It's
on
the
TikTok?
Natalie Lewis Experience.
Okay.
And I am forcing myself to create small videos that help you identify mental health issues and how to better serve yourself.
We need that because TikTok is funny, but it can also be educational too.
Yeah,
And
so
we need
follow
voices
me.
like you because you a good mix of funny and
I try to do both.
informative.
Right.
Okay, friend.
So y'all follow me, please. I'm scared of this TikTok thing, but
Nah, you got this. You got this. And y'all know how y'all can find me already.
easy.
Yes.
Well, you gotta tell them.
Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna tell. I'm just playing though. On Instagram is Kai Life. So Kai_LYFE. You could also go to my website, colemanlaw.net for business only.
Period.
If you just want to hang out with me, go to the Instagrams, go to Facebook, which is Kyla A. Coleman on Facebook, and just come kick it with me.
So what if you want to take you on a date? Somebody want to take
if
you
you
on a
want
date?
to take me on a date, my phone number is in my email,
Anyway.
so just email me. And then we can chat from there. Cause I need a matter of fact, let me call somebody. I'm going on a date tonight. I don't know with who.
Because your hair looking real good, Queen Latifah.
And is. So if you want me and my hair to
I
go
just
on a
got
date
cold.
with you, hit me up.
Jesus, all that wind.
Hey. Thanks for coming on the show, Natalie.
Bye,
hey.
girl.